And it looked like there's a scene from yesterday's game that has went viral involving Caitlin Clark. Guys, for this one here, but it's still the storybook of her career. She's getting hacked, pressed every damn time she got the ball, trapped. Caitlin Clark dealt with a bunch of drama last year. People pushing her, poking her in the damn eye, and pretty much this year, there's really no different.
Caitlin Clark is shoved to the ground again. The referees silent, fans outraged. You won't believe the shocking footage showing Clark's treatment on the court and why some are calling it a disgrace for the WNBA. What is going on with the league's officiating, and why do some believe there's a deliberate agenda against her? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Let's get into it.
From fans, and pretty much people is demanding answers from none other than WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Storybook of Caitlin Clark's season, bro. That's just all I can say. Look at this. Somebody said this shot from the Fever verse. So this was the scene, and this is the picture right here that has went viral.
Caitlin Clark hit the floor hard in the middle of the game, and not because she tripped or lost her footing. Fan footage captured the exact moment Ryan Howard came charging at Clark, extending her arm and shoving her squarely to the ground. This wasn't accidental. It was deliberate, aggressive, and undeniable, and yet the referee, standing just a few feet away, made no call. None. The play continued like nothing happened, but the fans erupted, and now the footage is fueling questions that have been lingering for weeks.
Look at Caitlin's face as she passes the ball. She's literally on her knees. Somebody's hovering over her back. This shows you that the WNBA referees has a hidden agenda against Caitlin, bro. Listen, bro. Like, this is not real. Like this, well, it is real, but it shouldn't be real. Somebody said ref was just staring.
What makes this even worse? This isn't an isolated incident for Clark. If anything, it's the latest in a string of questionable calls, or should we say non-calls, against her. According to season data, Clark has been on the receiving end of 17% of all flagrant fouls in the league so far. That's nearly 1/5 of the total, all targeting one player. But here's where it gets strange. A staggering 80% of those fouls have come from players on the Chicago Sky. That's not just a coincidence, and it's not just the fans noticing either. Most of these regular fouls end up being upgraded to flagrants after the game, suggesting the refs are consistently downplaying the level of physicality against her during play. And it's not just shoves like the one against Howard. Clark's endured body checks, elbows to the ribs, illegal screens that almost look like football blocks. But so many of these slip right under the radar. You almost wonder if there's some unwritten code about targeting her.
Her down, thus preventing CC from getting up, and the referees was effing blind. No foul there. Background was just standing there. I mean, just staring. Wow, bro. Somebody said these refs not serious at all. Of the league. And this is the things that they're doing to make Caitlin Clark life, not right in the W, bro.
Clark even admitted it. In an interview earlier this season, she said, "There are times I know players do things to get under my skin that they wouldn't try with anyone else." That says a lot about what she's up against. But after this latest push, something's different. Fans are louder, analysts are weighing in, and even players have started to vocalize their frustrations with the officiating. The question is, are we really talking about bad calls here, or could there be something else at play? Why is the WNBA letting this happen?
Caitlin Clark dealt with a bunch of drama last year. People pushing her, poking her in the damn eye, and pretty much this year, there's really no different. Now, Stephanie White did talk to the media yesterday, and that's what I want to play next, is what she had to say.
Recovering from injury is gonna be more difficult. That's part of the reason that we want to try to make her life easier and get her some easier looks, and it's going to continue to be hard.
Caitlin Clark isn't just another player. She's the new face of the league. Her arrival has been a game changer, enough to pull the WNBA into the spotlight in ways it hasn't seen before. For example, the Indiana Fever just set a franchise attendance record, and their regular season finale hit a league high, packing in 20,711 fans. And it's not just fans showing up in person. Clark's presence has skyrocketed TV viewership too, driving up ratings and putting eyeballs on a league that, let's be honest, most people used to ignore. Before her, the WNBA was bleeding money and struggling for relevance. Now it feels like the league finally has momentum, and it's Caitlin Clark leading the charge. But here's the contradiction. For everything she's doing to make the WNBA bigger, it seems like the league isn't doing much to have her back. Game after game, you see her getting shoved, checked, and hacked with no calls. Why would the league not protect their biggest star? Some fans think it's jealousy. They argue Clark is so dominant and so talked about that the league avoids giving her any extra protection to dodge claims of favoritism. And if that's true, it's a bad look. It's creating a double standard, one that makes the officiating feel inconsistent and damages the WNBA's credibility.
Now, Stephanie White did talk to the media yesterday, and that's what I want to play next, is what she had to say.
Yeah, I thought we were really connected on both ends. I thought our sense of urgency was better, our activity level was better, our communication. Recovering from injury is gonna be more difficult. That's part of the reason that we want to try to make her life easier and get her some easier looks, and it's going to continue to be hard.
Even her own coaches and teammates are frustrated. Stephanie White, the Indiana Fever's head coach, has openly called the officiating egregious and said she can't believe the disrespect Clark receives. Veteran player Sophie Cunningham got herself ejected after defending Clark during a game, proving this is more than just fans being angry online. The players themselves are seeing it on the court and saying enough is enough. The league's silence on this isn't sitting well. Fans are now calling out WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, pressuring her to step in and fix the problem. If the league doesn't act, it risks losing the trust of its fans, and maybe even derailing the momentum Clark has built for them.
But it's still the storybook of her career. She's getting hacked, pressed every damn time she got the ball, trapped. So this was the scene, and this is the picture right here that has went viral.
Caitlin Clark's story goes beyond stats and highlight reels. It's about standing up for fairness in sports. The WNBA is at a pivotal moment where the way it responds to her treatment will set the tone for how they protect their stars moving forward. Fans aren't just asking for better calls. They're demanding respect for players like Clark who carry the league's future on their shoulders. As one critic put it, the world is watching now, and the WNBA refs might actually have to start calling games fairly. And yet, through it all, Clark continues to rise. That's what makes her unshakable.